The boxing world is buzzing right now, and for good reason. Experts can't stop talking about how incredible Shakur Stevenson looks heading into his showdown with Teofimo Lopez. This isn't just regular training camp hype either. Stevenson has transformed into something completely different. He's moving faster, hitting harder, and looking more focused than anyone has ever seen him. Lopez went from being the clear favorite to suddenly facing a legitimate problem. What we're witnessing isn't just improvement, it's a complete evolution that could spell disaster for anyone standing across from him when that bell rings.
I don't know. It ain't like I said. Your boxing get better by the hour. Okay? Soon, you'll be undefeated.
Do whatever he want in the ring, and it's going to be very hard to beat Shakur, with the skills that he possesses and the smarts that he has, and given the opportunity, I think he can pose a great threat to.
All right, when Terrence Crawford gives you props, you know something special is happening. Crawford doesn't hand out compliments lightly, but he's been vocal about what he's seeing from Stevenson. This fighter has become a student of the game in the most dangerous way possible. He's taking everything thrown at him in training and weaponizing it. The scary part for Lopez is that Stevenson's natural gifts were already elite level. Now that he's combining that talent with this newfound hunger and discipline, anyone stepping in there with him is walking into a buzzsaw. The transformation is real, and it's gonna be felt hard.
What do you think he can do? Because you out the way of the right hand.
He like a sponge. He soak up everything that he needs to soak up, put it into his arsenal, and then he make the best out of everything that he learned from everybody.
Eddie Hearn can barely contain his excitement when he talks about what he's witnessing. According to Hearn, Stevenson has become completely obsessed with perfection. The work ethic has gone beyond intense into something almost frightening. Every movement in the gym has purpose behind it. Every drill gets executed with surgical precision. This level of commitment isn't something you see often, even among world-class fighters. Lopez isn't just dealing with talent anymore. He's about to face someone whose preparation has reached levels that most fighters never even attempt to reach.
That because, one, he wants top sparring, but two, he gives his time as well because he's a gym rat, he's a boxing.
Here's where things get interesting though. Despite all the momentum building behind Stevenson, this fight remains incredibly close according to the sharpest minds in boxing. The betting lines might favor one fighter, but the experts are calling this a genuine toss-up. That speaks volumes about just how consistent and dominant Stevenson has become. Lopez still carries serious knockout power and the kind of unpredictability that can change everything in a split second, but Stevenson's preparation and the confidence he's building make him incredibly dangerous. Every round is going to matter because this thing could swing either direction at any moment.
But I wouldn't count Teofimo out. To me, it's more of a closer 50-50 fight than what is going to probably be the betting odds, where I think Shakur is going to be the favorite because of.
Derek Chisora knows what it takes to break opponents down over 12 rounds, and he's pointing to something crucial about Stevenson's approach. The conditioning work has reached another planet entirely. Stevenson isn't just getting ready to fight, he's preparing to drown his opponents in pace and pressure. By the time most fighters are starting to feel fatigued, Stevenson will be hitting his stride. Imagine trying to keep up with someone who treats round 6 like it's round 1. That's the nightmare Lopez is walking into. Perfect timing and flawless strategy won't be enough if you can't match the physical demands being placed on you.
I think he's also one of the nicest, most simple guys in the respect of his life. He's just 1,000,000% boxing.
The tactical breakdown from Whitaker reveals something fascinating about how this fight might unfold. Lopez definitely brings the kind of power and awkward timing that can catch anyone off guard, but Stevenson has mastered the art of ring control in a way that's truly special. He dictates when things speed up and when they slow down. He controls distance like a master chess player, thinking 5 moves ahead. Lopez might bring the chaos, but Stevenson brings the intelligence to solve whatever problems get thrown at him. Fans are going to witness a clinic in precision and tactical warfare.
Teofimo, he's funny, he's got character, but he's a great fighter. He's very athletic. He comes from awkward angles, and I do like his style, but I study boxing, I watch boxing, I do like Shakur's style. The way he breaks his opponents down, he slows it down to his pace, he's got good distance. If you got to pick someone.
Tupel Sanchez breaks down the strategic elements perfectly when he talks about distance control and fight management. Stevenson operates best when he can establish his range and force opponents to fight his fight. Lopez has built his reputation on drawing people in and countering, but that approach might need a complete overhaul this time. He'll need to become the aggressor and take risks he's not comfortable taking. Stevenson's ability to manage every aspect of a fight makes him incredibly difficult to solve. This becomes less about boxing and more about high-level problem-solving, where every decision carries massive consequences.
Great talent, and Teofimo looked great his last fight. Of course, he didn't have Shakur in front of him. But I think that for Shakur, he has to keep the fight at his distance. If he does that, I think it's a win for him. Teofimo, he's more, he wants to draw you in, he wants to counter punch. He's going to have to be a different guy this time. He's going to have to attack. He's going to have to be.
The combination of defense and offense that Eddie Hearn keeps emphasizing makes Stevenson uniquely dangerous in today's boxing landscape. You rarely see fighters who can seamlessly transition from rock-solid defense into explosive attack mode. His ring intelligence ranks among the absolute best in the sport right now, and that creates constant problems for opponents who never know when the switch is gonna flip. Lopez faces something he's never dealt with before, a fighter who can frustrate you defensively then hurt you offensively without warning. That versatility makes Stevenson a complete nightmare to game plan against.
I don't know how good the fight will be, but I think Shakur is, again, like pound for pound, IQ-wise, I think he's even up there with a Terence and those kind of guys, you know. I think the difference with Boots is he's got the defensive mastercraft, and he also has the aggressive power to turn your lights out, and I think that's quite...
Teddy Atlas brings up the most important point about what fans should expect from this matchup. This won't be a wild brawl or a slugfest for casual entertainment. What you're gonna see is two elite technicians operating at the highest level possible. Both fighters possess the skills to end things instantly with the right shot or sequence. The beauty lies in watching two masters of their craft trying to solve each other tactically. Every exchange will have layers of strategy behind it. Every movement will have intention. This represents boxing at its most pure and sophisticated level.
I don't know if it will. I mean, style-wise, I can see you having a little reservations, you know, whether or not these guys will make for dynamite, they will make, you know, for electricity. I don't know if they will, but I tell you what they will make for. Two skillful fighters, two talented fighters, you know, two fighters that are at a high skill level.
The criticism from Duke McKenzie actually highlights something important about Stevenson that casual observers might miss. True students of boxing recognize what they're seeing when they watch him work. The intelligence, timing, and adaptability separate him from most fighters in any division. He doesn't just control distance, he controls minds. He doesn't just exploit weaknesses, he creates them through constant pressure and adjustment. McKenzie's doubts aside, Stevenson's performances speak for themselves. Lopez will face someone who can outthink and outmaneuver opponents in ways that break their spirit along with their game plan.
I don't think he's world class. He's not really my cup of tea. I mean, I don't look at boxing probably the way you do or most sort of fans do.
The amateur history between these fighters adds incredible depth to this professional collision. Sean Porter touches on something crucial when he mentions their past connections, but here's what matters most. Stevenson today is completely different from any version Lopez might remember. Every skill has been sharpened, every strength has been amplified. The hunger and focus have reached levels that transform good fighters into great ones. This familiarity might actually work against Lopez because he'll be expecting someone who no longer exists.
I talked about this shit before it was actually official. I'm like, cool. You know this nigga can fight, right? Cool, like, nah, bro, I know, bro. You know what I'm saying? So, like, we all excited about the fight, bro. Like, we all know it's at stake. Like, we've been knowing Teofimo since we was 12 or 13 years old in amateurs, bro. Like, we all been winning nationals together. Now we're pro having to fight each other, so
The historical context that Turn provides really puts this moment into perspective. Stevenson isn't just fighting another opponent, he's chasing immortality. Becoming a 4-division champion at 28 would place him alongside legends like Roy Jones Jr. and Sugar Ray Leonard. Those are the kinds of names that define eras in boxing history. While Lopez represents a serious obstacle, Stevenson's drive to achieve something truly special could provide the extra motivation needed. January 31st might be remembered as the night a future Hall of Famer announced himself to the world.
Teofimo Lopez, a guy that beat the man at 135, up at 140. But this guy to my right, when you talk about chasing greatness, 28 years of age and trying to become a 4-division world champion on January 31st. Look at the names in the history that have done it. Roy Jones Jr., Pernell Whitaker, Sugar Ray Leonard, Thomas Hearns, Juan Manuel Marquez. Greatness only gets appreciated over time. Let's acknowledge what we're about to see on January.
Timothy Bradley Jr. makes an excellent point about the level of difficulty Lopez brings to this fight. The speed, athleticism, and unpredictability are all legitimate threats that can't be ignored, but Stevenson's preparation has addressed every possible scenario. The footwork, timing, and strategic intelligence have all reached elite levels. His ability to read and adapt makes him incredibly difficult to surprise. Lopez will be forced to chase and react instead of imposing his own will. That's exactly where Stevenson wants his opponents, always one step behind and struggling to keep up.
To real. It's not gonna be an easy damn fight for Shakur Stevenson. Nope, it ain't gonna be an easy fight. Nope. After studying freaking Lopez yesterday, man, look, that athleticism that he got, that's
Rolly Romero's assessment captures what makes Stevenson so dangerous in the current boxing landscape. The combination of boxing IQ and natural instincts creates problems that most fighters simply can't solve. He sees punches before they're thrown and reacts to situations before they develop. Lopez will struggle to implement his preferred style because Stevenson won't allow him the space or timing he needs. Every aspect of Stevenson's preparation points toward complete domination if he executes properly. Lopez will spend the night chasing shadows while Stevenson controls every meaningful exchange.
Shakur's an incredible fighter. Shakur has a really high boxing IQ and a very... Shakur coming out with, I'm telling you, it's gonna be a good fight. I like to see it.
Amir Khan's championship experience gives him unique insight into what both fighters will face on the biggest stage. Lopez definitely possesses the skills and power to be dangerous against anyone in the division, but Stevenson operates on a different level entirely right now. The precision, intelligence, and adaptability make him almost untouchable when he's locked in. Lopez will need to dig deeper than he's ever dug before and take risks he might not be comfortable taking. Stevenson thrives under exactly this kind of pressure and has prepared for every possible scenario Lopez might present.
The fight between Stevenson and Lopez, what a fight. Who wins that? Lopez. You think Stevenson? Lopez is a very good fighter, bro. I've trained with him, I've heard him on the pod, he bangs hard, he's a good all-round boxer, slick. A lot of people don't give him the credit for how good of a boxer he is. Look, he's the type of guy I know about Lopez is that when he has to turn it up, he turns it up. And I think with someone like Shakur, he will have to turn it up big time. And obviously Shakur, we've not really seen him in the deep end. Look at Lopez, he's fought the likes of Lomachenko.
Everything points toward January 31st being a truly special night in boxing. Stevenson has reached a level that has experts from Eddie Hearn to Rolly Romero talking about generational talent. His preparation and conditioning represent the gold standard of professional boxing dedication. Lopez brings legitimate danger and proven ability, but facing someone operating at Stevenson's current level will test everything he has. This fight will define careers and potentially launch someone toward legendary status. The tactical brilliance and physical preparation are about to collide in spectacular fashion. Get ready for something truly memorable because these rounds will showcase boxing at its absolute finest.